Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of our house tour. Where I'm actually going to be showing you guys how the outside of the house looks like. So we're going to start off here on the deck. So if you'll notice as we walk here, this is actually one of the reasons that we've purchased this house is because of the view. So you see, this is actually a man-made lake, but it's still very nice and peaceful when you're out here and you're looking. And you'll notice way over there, there's actually a strip mall that's actually getting built right now. There's going to be a condo down there, and it's very nice and convenient. A lot of the amenities here are nearby. And as we walk over here, you'll notice we've kept this area fairly simple. Over here is our barbecue. We normally haul this around and move it on the corner there so that when you're cooking stuff, it's out of the way. And it opens up this space where you actually have our patio set. Fairly simple setup, but it served us very well to enjoy the outdoors here when especially coming up from work and just sort of relaxing and enjoying the view here. So if you notice, if you look around, this is what we have here. This is definitely one of the items that we're gonna miss when we leave this place is the actual view. So we'll go ahead and go down the basement so we can make our way outside, and I'll show you guys how our backyard is currently laid out. Alright, so right over here we'll go make our way to the basement. So here it is, here's the basement, and you'll notice it's fairly simple. It's been cleared out now. We actually had someone staying with us earlier, and because we are in the middle of selling the house, she's decided to move out. So yeah, so the basement itself is fairly simple. We've designed it so that it's fairly laid out so that our initial goal was basically to rent out this space, and that's why when we had the house designed, we asked the builder to maximize the space so that there's actually 2 rooms in here and a small bar here. So by the way, not to boast too much, part of this whole basement is something that my wife and I actually worked on to finish. Initially, to save on costs, we asked our builder to just do the walls and leave the flooring and the washroom unfinished, so we could do that as a small side project when we had the time. So we actually found some time, and here it is. This is the final product, and this is how it looks like. You'll notice here we've actually put a small bar area where you can actually cook a bit, and then you'll have the sink here. Everything's fairly simply laid so that it's easier for renters to access. We got a small fridge here, and because this person's already left, nothing much left in there. So, and as we move over here, we'll go in the first room. This is how it looks like. It's a fairly decent. It's a fairly decent sized room. We've actually put some of the yoga balls here so that Molly can do her exercises when she feels like sort of exercising. And one thing that's nice about this basement is you'll notice it doesn't feel like a basement. You look, the height of the ceiling is actually maximized to 9 feet ceiling, so it doesn't feel at all that you're actually living in a basement. So we actually have a closet here as well, a fairly sized closet. You gotta excuse the slightly small mess. There's still a couple of items in here, but yeah, so if you'll notice, it is a good sized closet. So right over here, we'll go ahead and check out, well actually before we go to the second room, we'll show you guys there's actually its own washer and dryer here. So Definitely set up perfect for renting, or even for some family members to stay over, and it's perfect. Airbnb. There's definitely a lot of things that you could do with this space. Alright, so we'll go ahead and make our way here to the washroom. It's a fairly decent sized washroom. This is actually the project that Molly and I worked on. Majorly, this was the part where was left alone for us to complete. We selected all the tiles, the glass doors, the fixtures, the toilet bowl, and the sink. So feel free to comment. What are your thoughts? Did we do a good job? Give us a thumbs up. If not, feel free to even put a thumbs down. But yeah, here is the result of our labor. Okay, so up on the second room, it's almost identical to the first room, but it's slightly larger. And then up here is the actual closet for this room. So, final room that's actually in this basement. Nothing too special. It's the utility room. Good size utility room. You notice there's a lot of mess in here. This is where we actually store our things. It's perfect for storing things that you don't need, seasonal items and whatnot. So without further ado, the last item is outside. So let's make our way here. Oh, there goes Sam. Alright, so right over here is the outside of our property. And you'll notice that it is still going back to the same design. One of the reasons that we actually picked this location is it's an actual pie shape. Pie shapes are usually bigger lots and much more spacious. So we'll go over here, right over here, and then I'll bring you guys at the garden where we actually filmed one of the episodes here where we harvested some heirloom tomatoes. You'll notice it's fairly dead right now. It's spring in Calgary and things are starting to pop out, but it's not as lovely as how it was before. So if you look over here, there's actually some comfrey that are starting to grow. Comfrey is, for some of you who knows a bit about permaculture and all that, is a good organic fertilizer. You'll look over there, there's actually chives that's actually growing as well. Here are some of our strawberries that's starting to grow, right? So they're all coming out right now, they're all waking up. Spring onions here. And here's the raspberry patch that we started planting. They're slowly coming out here. So if you'll notice, we're actually on the side of the house here, and if you look, that's actually how tall the house is. So as I mentioned, if you look over here, this property is actually sitting on a pie-shaped lot. So if you'll notice, it actually opens up into a much larger space. So we've actually put a small patio set here where you could actually grab your coffee or your breakfast. The wind, it's so strong sometimes here, it tends to blow away a lot of these cushions. So over here is actually our storage for the tools. You got a small barbecue here that we set up. And just to add a bit of greenery here, we've actually planted these aspen trees. So my sister hasn't seen this yet, but things are actually growing in your garden, Abby. So there's like all the sage, the flowers that you planted last year. Alright, so I think we're gonna end our tour today. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing the actual basement and the outdoors. You notice it's a pretty big property, and we'll definitely miss this place once it's sold. But make sure to stay tuned. We're gonna be creating more videos in terms of what's next once this house is actually sold. So make sure to subscribe, like this video, and until next time, bye.